find a bunch of fucking feathers.
Yeah, that's my favorite. What a great nod
A bunch
to,
of
to
feathers.
AC2. Yeah, it's a nod to Assassin's Creed 2.
He keeps going, and he's like, eventually he's like, I'm kind of getting used to this. And what else?
The winners don't use drug and the fucking feathers.
It's like got the fucking American flag in the background with the Statue of Liberty, and he's like, no, winners don't use drugs.
Yeah. The Statue of Liberty is just graffitied all over it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
Have you noticed that, like, the wild boars, have shit written on them with spray paint?
Is that what it is? I couldn't never tell.
I think one of them says "suck."
I'm just like so surprised with the liberal use of not just swearing, but like vulgar swearing, like stabber and like.
It's great. I saw a video comparing like pointing out all the movie references and game references, like old games. Like I totally forgot the one where they like what do they do? Like they latch arms and bulge out their biceps. That's from fucking Predator, I think.
Yeah.
And then like their biceps just huge bulge out. I need to send John the video. He'll crack up.
I've seen it.
Oh, so you've watched that video?
Oh yeah.
You know what the last mission is like with the totally awesome thing.
Oh, I haven't seen. I guess all the ones I saw were missions I have already done.
Okay, well then I won't send you this one until you're done because it reveals the very last mission and it's so fucking great.
Oh, is it the He-Man reference?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I've seen that part.
I was dying. Like I was just laughing while creating carnage.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up on like Commando and like every Arnold Schwarzenegger movie in that era. Like they were my favorites.
Watched Commando the other day.
That's what
Commando's awesome.
Is when Pat was like, the 80s were terrible. I'm like, terrible? This game is amazing.
I love how all the cutscenes just go to like 2D images.
Budget. I mean, it was low budget.
It's
so
awesome.
They are like no remorse, no holds back, full-on satire of the 80s, and it is wonderful.
Yeah. Lucas, watching Commando, I grew up watching Commando. I grew up assuming that every gun store had a secret button that opened up a room full with automatic rifles and rocket launchers. I'm like, this gun store, because we had one in town. I was like, this gun store's probably got one of them buttons. I bet he's got rocket launchers.
They keep all their secret shit in back.
Yeah, I assume that.
They probably keep their...
What does he say in the game when the one chick's talking to him and he's like, no, I'm married to America.
I don't know what the reference is from, but it's got to be from something.
I don't remember what she says to him. Something about, you have another
he's
girl.
Gonna go back to his wife.
Oh, yeah, it was like... Oh,
I don't even own the game.
Yeah, he was protecting loved ones or something like that, and she says, "Oh, you got a girlfriend back home?" No, I'm married to America.
Yeah. I like that he put on his best Batman voice.
Honestly, like the first half of it, I felt like he really phoned it in, but it seems to be getting better. Like. Some of the lines are a little dry, but it does get better.
Corporal Hicks did a good job.
Johnny Ringo.
That's who it is. That's what I was looking up. He plays Johnny Ringo as well, John.
Oh yeah, yep.
I totally didn't even put two and two together, but that's him.
Well, you know what else that a gun shop keeps in the back is probably its 3D printing machine to sell guns.
Are we going to talk about Disney buying Star Wars?
That is on the
selling
list.
Star Wars to EA. That's what.
Yeah, so there are a lot of game stuff on here, and we can certainly talk about that. But yeah, EA gains the exclusive rights to all the future Star Wars games, and as far as I can tell, all the future LucasArts games as well.
Was that a time? Is there a time limit on that?
Anymore.
Well, if whatever they make anymore in the future. What was that, John?
Was there a contract time limit? I haven't seen one.
Not that I'm aware of.
They probably have to put out X amount of games per year or whatever.
I have not heard, but from what I read, it's going to be DICE, Visceral, and BioWare who are going to be the studios that are deving any of the new games.
No, that's logical.
Which makes sense, but also means that they're probably going to be on Origin.
Yep.
Hooray.
My question, I guess, is this the best? Are these going to be the best Star Wars games we've seen? Because honestly, LucasArts sucked. I mean, their best games were not Star Wars games. Dig and Full Throttle and like
they
Probably
were
not,
adventure
though.
titles.
yeah,
Probably
those
not,
titles
because-
from LucasArts were the best. Other than TIE Fighter and X-Wing, those games rocked.
But the last Star Wars game, Star Wars Force Unleashed 2, maybe Lucas can say how much he liked that game.
Nah.
Yeah,
And that
I
was
liked Force
That was a
Unleashed.
BioWare game.
Well,
It was. I don't know. I liked the first one was pretty good. I liked that, but I don't. Maybe it was just too much of the same thing on the second one.
If anything,
I liked
can...
customizing my lightsabers. That's pretty.
I mean, if
you can
anything,
do
you
that
can count on
KOTOR.
pretty fun.
a
but-
lot of downloadable content.
And that's another BioWare game.
KOTOR is probably the best Star Wars game ever released. Kill me. If whoever doesn't agree can.
I will say my more favorite to that is probably X-Wing, just because I was a nerd and had a joystick and I played X-Wing all the time.
Dude, I
Why
played
not?
X-Wing
Jedi
as
Outcast.
well.
A lot of people love Battlefront, but I
like
love the
Battlefront a lot.
shit out of KOTOR. I played the crap out of that game.
Got time for another
Like, I played through KOTOR, and then after we had the house on our fire, I asked the house on our fire, the fire in our house. This was I had replaced my Xbox and asked for like it was like my birthday or Christmas or something, and I asked for the newer one. I wanted to play KOTOR 2, and whoever bought it for me screwed up and bought KOTOR, and I'm like, fuck it, I'll play it again. This game was awesome.
I actually haven't even played KOTOR yet, but I have it. I just need
It's
to play it.
amazing.
I mean,
It's all right.
yeah, I mean, it's a great game, a great story,
Game.
really deep. Yeah, and it's old.
It's too deep for me.
But having played Mass Effect, it's going to be hard for you to go back to KOTOR.
That's
because
probably true.
that is the formula they used. Like,
It is.
Flat
Mass
out.
Effect, especially the first Mass Effect.
Oh yeah, big time.
Well, I'll replace Mass Effect 3 with KOTOR then, and I'll call it good.
Yeah, KOTOR 2.
Story's not going to make a whole lot of sense.
KOTOR 2, I actually enjoyed a little bit, maybe not more, but I enjoyed a lot. And that was done by Obsidian, who did New Vegas. So
Yeah, I do like Obsidian.
I thought the story was a little deeper, but the characters are better in KOTOR 1.
I like
HK-47 is
Oh, yeah.
like one of the best written characters, flat out. Like, he's just
Meatbag.
awesome. Yeah, Meatbag. It's
Well,
an assassin droid that just literally wants to kill you, but you can use
But he
him
can't.
but you can use him as one of your companions. and
He can't kill you because you own him or some shit.
Yeah, he can't kill his owner, and you own him, but he wants to kill all meatbags. He's so well written.
The dialogue choices were really good in that game.
Mhm.
Like, for coming out in what year was that? I mean, I played that on the
02?
original Xbox. There was a
Yeah.
lot of choices and options and depth to that game.
Well,
Probably
that's what
2002.
BioWare is known for, too, so...
Yeah, but like I said, I mean that KOTOR 1 and 2 were like Mass Effect prequels, basically. I mean, in terms of structure and.
As far as spirit,
Mhm.
Right.
The Mass
So,
Effect is basically KOTOR off the canon chain. So
what do you expect EA to be coming out with in the future, then? More
I think
of
they're gonna
Force,
milk this
Force
hard.
Unleashed? Or is it just going to be a bunch of shitty games that end up having day one downloadable content and multiplayer?
I'm hoping that. I mean, I liked Battlefront enough to see that if DICE got a hold of it, could be awesome. Because I love Battlefield games, and I think if they got a hold of Battlefront, it could be the greatest game ever made.
well, they could do a good job. Like, I feel like it would be Battlefield 3 reskinned to be Star Wars, but
And I would play it. I would play it.
It could be really, really good. I probably wouldn't play it.
I wouldn't play it either because it's going to be on Origin.
I already have Origin and Battlefield.
I have Battlefield 3 because it was on sale, and
it's
I
awesome.
didn't like it. I didn't like it.
What?
Weak.
Really?
Bad Company 2 was
I played it on the PS3 a couple weekends ago.
We played the shit out of Bad Company too.
I thought Bad Company 2 was the absolute peak of Battlefield. They've been progressively getting better, and then Bad Company came out. It was like awesome. Played Battlefield 3. It wasn't as good.
It's
Wow.
just like
gone down.
it's
Well,
just
they
like
do.
when Modern Warfare 4 came out, and that was the peak, and now it's just gotten shitty.
Luke's is gonna get it though. It's all right. He'll let us know.
I might have to. Kevin is back in town, so if he fires up the Xbox again, which he hasn't yet, he's been on Steam, I saw tonight. But if he fires
Play
it
some
up,
COD 4. Let's play
I
Modern
will.
Warfare 1.
let you know how the new Call of Duty plays. I figure it's worth the $120 to get another subscription of Xbox Live and a copy of the newest Call of Duty to hang out with my best friend. So
Totally worth it.
Matt, burn.
What?
Matt didn't live at my house with my family for an extended period of time.
I don't feel burned.
So, hey, did you guys ever play Eternal Darkness?
No,
I never
sounds
did.
stupid.
It sounds stupid.
I never played it, but it's stupid.
Just the name alone tells me enough.
That game doesn't sound manly enough. Or cyber enough.
Dude, the Wii U.
It was an
also
original
gay.
game. It was a game for the GameCube in 2002.
I
As
never
a
had
horror
a
game.
GameCube.
I did.
I did.
But it was a horror game, and I
I had a
guess
computer.
well,
I had a
okay.
PS2.
I'm not sure. But I guess there's I don't know who it is actually. If it's the creators of Eternal Darkness or whatnot, but they're coming up with a new. They want to make a new sequel, and they're gonna kick it off with. I don't know if it's on Kickstarter or Indiegogo or something like that. But they're trying to start. They started yesterday actually, and they're working on making. They want $1.5 million to make a sequel to the original game, which, like I said, was a horror. It apparently had time traveling. I don't know. If you watch the videos, Lucas thinks that time traveling isn't scary, but I watched some trailers for it. It actually looks pretty good for the new game.
Time traveling is not fundamentally scary.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't care. That's fine. Like the fact that it's based on that is fine. Your bullet points didn't make
What's the
sense
one
'cause
that
it
you
was a
sent
horror
me the
game.
other day, Blaine?
I don't know.
You sent me a link the other day for this game, and I didn't know what the fuck it was, and it comes out like this month.
Yeah, what was it? I don't even remember it anymore.
Yeah, see? Shows how interested you are in that game.
The idea of the time traveling though is that it's not a jump tactics type of scary. It's playing mind tricks. If anybody ever played Amnesia, like me and Pat did, you would
I
probably
played a little
know.
bit. I quit. I psyched myself out.
You were too up on it.
Yeah, I lit one of the torches and then just huddled underneath of that and quit the game.
Well, that
It,
torch looks like it's going to burn out fast. Better shut off the game.
It's supposed to be similar to that, where like you're jumping through time, I guess, and it makes your gameplay is based on like how sane you are while you're playing the game.
It'll just depend
Isn't that
on.
exactly how Amnesia is?
No, because Amnesia doesn't. Well, it bases it on sanity, yes, but there's more elements to it than that.
It's also gonna. All right, so my brother bought a Wii U. We played that this weekend. Super Mario Bros. Wii U, fucking awesome. Totally love that game. Controls are an issue for other things, though. We played Zombie U, which could like the five-person multiplayer that they have set up could be fun, but the fucking control is atrocious. Like trying to use that the pointer.
Yeah.
It's not only your aim, it's your turn too. So I would go to turn, and the little knob would be on the outside here, and then the infrared sight would lose track of where my control was, and I'd be fucking stuck in an infinite spin, and that's not helpful while you're trying to run from zombies. I'll tell you that much. But if you had a game like one of the game pads, you'd probably be all right. But that's one thing to consider.
Wait, so when you're controlling it with that tablet thing, you can actually move it side to side, and that turns.
That's my brother was playing with it, and he was the multiplayer. It was kind of like Capture the Flag, except he was the king of the zombies. So
What?
with the tablet, he controlled where the zombies spawned and what types they were,
okay.
and they earned points by taking over the flags.
But if you were using a Wiimote.
Well, right, that's what I was using. I was using the fucking remote and then shut the left and
Is
left and right.
Lucas cutting out for anybody else?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Lucas, is that like no?
It's his fucking fan.
How is your fan hurting your internet? What are
Yeah. It's blowing away the internet.
I don't think it was my internet. I think it was my
Speaker.
speaker, or my microphone. The fan blows across it.
I thought you suddenly had turned South Korean and believed in fan death.
God damn it. Well, not much of that cut out, but
No, it's not your fan.
No, not your fan. It's your bandwidth.
Stop streaming porn.
I'm not.
Not yet.
No, he downloaded it already.
Stream it with that kind of breakup.
Matt, the other game that I was looking at, it was called Remember Me.
Yes, that one.
And it actually, I still think it looks pretty interesting because it's a game where it's kind of a cyberpunk, and you're playing kind of as a character who has lost her memory, so you're trying to come up with your memory again in a future society. But yeah, Shadow of Eternals is on. I've never even heard of this. Precursorgames.com. If anyone wants to check that out. Matt or Lucas, you know what you do need though to make your internet better? Probably move to Omaha where you can get gigabit internet now.
fuck that.
Okay.
All right.
If you're in Omaha, CenturyLink is apparently offering gigabit internet for
Not
$150.
everywhere. The area is very
Yeah.
small.
It was like
Not everywhere.
West Omaha.
It's
It's like-
$150 a month.
Yeah, I was gonna say because 144th and Blondo was on there.
Do they think they're like doing people favors at $150 a month?
That's what kills me.
Probably.
Have
I'm
they
like, fuck you.
Have they looked at Google's price? Like, I understand they're not Google and they can't provide it at the same price,
Well,
but
I think they hope they can get into the area first and then charge it a ridiculous
Probably.
amount
at
until.
least okay. So I'm happy. At least it looks like they're scared enough to start doing this.
But the
Because-
pricing isn't there yet.
I want more bandwidth. Like, that's my main thing.
I need some
And-
apparently.
And they're gonna rape us on prices, but it's not like we have a choice. I mean, our other choice is to not buy it. But I have 50 meg and I get pissed off at its speed.
Yeah, I have 20 and I get like 10. And they're like, woo!
How are you staying alive then?
Yeah.
Fuck, I got like 25.
Steam games downloading at only like 6 megabytes per second is not fast enough.
Oh.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
That's how he feels.
Woe is me.
Look at go to Steam, John, and look at their bandwidth limit meter now. I was looking at that. Like, you can set the rate that you want to limit it at. The
Right.
top is like 125 megabytes per second. I'm like, hell yeah. What the fuck's a Steam, John?
You said go to Steam, John.
Oh, SteamJohn.com. I don't think I want to. Get some Steamy John.
Get your John steamed.
Oh god.
My download speed right now is less than a megabyte per second.
Oh, that's
Probably
terrible.
could've- I know, and I paid
It's
him
usually
20.
somewhere around 3 or 4.
That's probably why your video is so dark. It's all the it's all the
Cutting
slow
out all
internet.
the information.
Too much.
It's easier just to not transfer a lot of any of what John is, and then replace it with blackness. John, it's like you're living.
That's
Like you're
There
living
you go.
Doom 3. You're Doom 3.
There,
See,
is that
there's
better?
the flashlight.
God.
We'll just set that right.
Tell us a scary story.
Right.
Now you're just the basement rapist camp counselor guy.
You want
Go
to
through
hear
the
a
red
story?
What
light.
kind of camp did you go to, Matt?
I never went to camp.
It shows he went to basement camp.
Basement camp with
Camp.
Uncle Bad Touch.
That's terrible. You're an awful person.
Lucas is gonna be
That'd
awful.
be-
I certainly didn't make. I didn't make that up.
And
I'm pretty sure I was playing Borderlands 2 with someone named Uncle Bad Touch the other day. I think it.
Name your band Uncle Bad Touch.
Thinking that might be the topic for tonight or the title.
Uncle Bad Touch.
I like it.
It's either that or I think it's my fan.
Uncle Bad Touch.
That's my
Just gotta
band.
leave.
Killing my bandwidth.
Gotta leave
Let
now.
the group chat reach out to you.
Well, I couldn't figure out why my mic kept picking stuff up, and I was like, "Am I breathing heavy?" And then I was like, "Oh, it's every time the fan goes by." So I thought maybe the fan was blowing over me.
Is that what Uncle Bad Touch taught you?
I didn't have an Uncle Bad Touch. You'll have to ask Matt.
We gonna get sued.
So maybe Uncle Bad Touch also sells fake bomb detection kits.
I haven't seen this story. I have to read this.
So apparently this guy was selling I'm assuming online a
whom?
bomb detection kit to government agencies.
Okay.
Oh, good.
How did we?
Was he like
made
first
the
in
kit.
line at Boston?
Probably.
I don't
That'd be
even.
a bad fucking deal.
But it's true. So he like got a real bomb detection kit and completely copied it, except it didn't work.
That's
And
terrible.
Then he made millions, and he sold kits for almost 10 years. And this is to like
Millions of
governments.
dollars or millions of kits?
Millions. He made
$77 million.
$1 million.
Oh
Millions of
my
dollars.
god. This guy could probably go to prison forever.
He got sentenced for 10 years of prison.
That's it?
That's it. But he sold them.
Does he have to
online,
give back
or-
the millions of dollars?
I think so.
They're stripping some of it from what it says.
Some.
Yeah.
A large chunk. That's not
I guess-
very.
The
But
only
that-
question left is John, are you willing to go to prison for 10 years with me to make $77 million and have some of it stripped?
I'd rather print guns.
Why don't you print fake bomb detection kit?
There you go.
That's an excellent idea.
Richard, what are they? Are they E-meters that the
Oh, the Scientologists.
super
use.
Scientologists or the super scientists, whatever the hell their name is? Scientology.
Oh, no one thought that card was very funny in Cards Against Humanity this weekend.
What'd you play?
Science will never prove Scientology. Or science will never
Oh.
explain Scientology.
I'd get a chuckle. That game is so fun.
I'm telling you.
It's the best.
It's wholly dependent on how fun the people you are playing
Yes.
with.
Yeah, well, my uncle
true.
won the round by playing the Academy Award for fingering goes to preteens, so...
The only thing I wish about that game is if you could win based on less subjective. Than
No, that's what makes it part of.
I know that's what makes it part of the.
You have
fun,
to know the
but-
people.
Shark plane!
You have to
I
know the
know.
people that you're playing with, or
I
it
know.
helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps.
I got the third
Apples to
expansion.
Apples is the non-dirty version of it, and I never really liked it that much.
There wasn't anybody in the room that wasn't in tears when the one that what was it, Anthony? The life of the Native Americans was forever changed. when I don't remember what it was now.
Didn't Sullivan post it to his Facebook?
I posted it, but
Pretty
that was
sure.
a long time ago.
I'm gonna find it.
I'm
If you
pretty sure
look
somebody
between-
posted Vin
look
Diesel eats dead
between-
babies.
Look between me and Anna because we don't have very much on that would be show between friendship on Facebook. But she's in that.
That
We
just
have
makes
a-
no sense.
I got a game not that long ago called Last Word, and what it is like it's a lot like categories, but you don't write anything down, and basically you flip a card and it's a letter like C, A, whatever.
So you take turns until somebody can't think of one?
Well, you throw down a C, so the letter is C, and then you have a handful of cards, and you throw down a card a lot like Cards Against Humanity. That's like boats. So it's boats that start with C, or like things you find in a kitchen, or crap like that, or
Oh, I
steak,
gotcha.
or whatever. And then as soon as somebody throws down the card, a timer starts, and then everybody just says things that start with a C that are of that category, and then the timer is random. Like it could be 5 seconds, it could be 15 seconds, and the last person to say something gets the card and gets a point. And
Nice.
we had a ton of fun with that because
Well,
people
then-
will be like naming them really fast, and then everybody will just like stop thinking of one, and all of a sudden, right at the last second, somebody will say something, and like
So-
just screw somebody out of the point.
What happens if you say
it's the
something
last
wrong?
person that said something? So it's not at your advantage to just sit there.
Well, you don't know when the timer's going to go.
Yeah, you don't know if the time.
But
Like-
my
random
point is,
timer.
it's whoever said something last. So
Right.
if Lucas says something and I just sit here, I have to have said something to get the point.
After me.
Correct. Yeah. The last word. You have
What
to have the
happens if
last
someone
word.
says something wrong though? Like what?
Then they don't get the point.
What?
Like, are they out?
Does it keep
Or do they
going
just have
though?
to think of something?
You would keep going, and
You would
the
just keep
only
track
time,
of points. It's like adding, boys.
Well, yeah, but no. So,
no,
so we're sitting in a circle.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, you're going in a
It
circle.
only-
I'm not winning the points.
You
But
don't-
I could just keep saying random words to keep it going until I come up with one.
Yeah, and then if it
Okay.
ends and that whatever you said was BS, you don't get the point because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
BS.
But if I actually said one that was right, then okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, you're trying to screw with the game, Blaine. It
No,
turns
I
out
totally
that you're just
understand.
an idiot.
So what if I say dog and that's not any way related? Like, and then am I then out of that round, or do I
No,
have
you
to
just-
do
You
something?
keep going.
What your
That, it wouldn't be
contribution-
worth any points.
Right. It's
Yeah,
not.
if
That's
the
not the-
timer stops
The
after
point
you
isn't
say
awarded
dog,
until the timer's over.
right? If you are the last person to say something when the timer runs out and you said dog and that doesn't fit, you don't get the point.
Yeah, like
The person
that's
who
that's
said
the
the
thing. It's
last
just because you
right
said
round and
something,
round.
like there's no
I'm
point in
not
just
saying
saying
the
bullshit.
timers ran out yet. I'm saying we're just
Right,
starting.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You just
Like,
keep going.
why would you do that though?
No,
There's
that's
no-
not. I'm not saying you should. I don't understand the fucking rules. Like, if I say dog,
So
and
if
it's
you start
dog-
playing this game and then I play by rules from Battleship, do I still get points?
No, God damn it!
Yeah,
the
thank
fucking
you,
rule.
There's a
You
letter.
suck, my
There's a
friend.
letter and a category. You have to say
For
things
fuck's
matching
sake, let
that.
me explain it, you motherfucker!
Well, I'd like to just take this time.
I'd like to
I
thank our
understand.
sponsor.
You're not
Sponsored by the
saying-
last word.
I understand that it's the last word correct that gets the point. I'm saying the timer. Okay, so the timer's gonna go for 30 seconds.
Right, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm the
If you said
first
something
one.
wrong, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Am
You're
I
still
out
in.
for that round?
No,
No.
you keep talking. You
If
keep giving an
you don't have
answer.
to say only one thing, Matt. You can say a dozen things. Heck, half the time when you think and throw something down, you just start taking all the obvious ones out. Because nobody can repeat what you've said. So if I say states that begin with C, I say California, Colorado, I just eliminate them all. And then if I said all of them and you can't say anything, you're screwed. I get the point because I eliminated everything else.
Okay, but then if you
So do you go in a
start saying
round?
states with a B,
Yeah,
and
every
you
round is
realize
like
you're an
5
idiot,
seconds.
can you then flip to start saying words with a C?
It's not a turn-based thing. Like I assume you just say them as fast as you can.
It's
Right.
It's
Not. You're not.
Oh.
You're not going around in a circle. It's a
No.
competition to stay at last
You just
because
start
otherwise if it never got
words.
to you, you don't get any points.
Yeah, that would suck.
How do you
point-
determine who's talking at that time?
By being the
Everybody's
loudest.
talking. Yeah, by being the loudest. That's how it usually comes out, too.
I'm so confused about these rules.
I don't want to play this game at all.
Do you want me to bring it to the next LAN? We'll play it.
Yeah,
You know
I
what
like
it
get
is?
shot with my
I
printed
legitimately just ordered it and sent it to Tori's house. Not only did I fully understand it, it sounds fun.
I do not
It is
fully
fun.
understand it.
Yeah.
You know what
I
game
get
it is fun?
This is
game
why I
is-
can't play
Name
card
it.
games with anybody, because I need the fucking rules explained like a million times.
So you're just an idiot. That's what we're basically
That's-
figuring
No,
out here.
it's
That's-
everybody explains
No,
it.
I just said that I was an idiot, but truly, I'm not. I'm slow on the uptake, but dang it, I'm smart.
I guess it's hard for me to understand how you didn't get it. I got the same information that you did, and I understood.
Because I understand
I
things in a
thought we were-
fundamentally different way.
I thought we were on the same level intellectually, but
He's what's that guy, Nash, the beautiful mind.
Life for American Indians was forever changed when the white man introduced them to take backsies. That was the best.
I won the game with that card.
It's funny because it's true.
You know what card I drew after that round? The Trail of Tears.
That's too obvious. You can't play that one.
Yeah, I drew that. I still played it well.
Take backsies was good. That was funnier for me than Trails of Tears would have been.
Yeah,
Or Trail of Tears.
Trail, whatever. The Salty Road.
So speaking of Facebook, apparently,
you are a bad transitioner. Go ahead.
Yeah, great segue.
So speaking of
something-
blue pages.
Speaking of something we weren't talking about.
Well, Facebook take backsies your personal information.
no,
They give back
No.
since your personal information.
no, but UNICEF says that if you like them on Facebook, they won't save children's lives.
They won't?
They said if you like us, we won't do anything about it.
Are you sure that's what that's the message they were trying to get across there? I think maybe you're distorting it a tad.
They're saying that
As in, just because you like us, that won't save children. Not if
Oh,
you
that's
if you
what
like
they were
us,
saying?
we promise not to
Yeah.
save children. I think there's a little bit of
What?
misleading wording.
What company
there.
was this playing?
UNICEF.
UNICEF is not a company.
What,
Non-profit organization.
Yes. So in any case, yes, Lucas is right. They're saying that just because you like us doesn't mean we're actually going to do something. Apparently, this is the new way to be an armchair activist.
It's called slacktivism.
Slacktivism. I like armchair activist.
That doesn't have a zing to it. John, why do you keep going crazy camp counselor? You want to get
well,
your...
tonight, kids.
Jeez. I hope you're all strapped into your bunk.
Hey guy,
Who
If I
wants
went
a
up to that-
s'more?
who wants s'mores?
I'd take a personal day.
What you got there, Chief?
Beer.
What kind?
You wouldn't
It's what's for
understand.
dinner.
The wet kind.
I want a beer.
Have good old-fashioned H2O.
Hofbrau.
That's for losers.
I'm gonna laugh if all of a sudden Lucas comes into Matt's frame. Mind blown.
I'd be pretty impressed.
He's like, yeah, it's not
My jaw would hit the desk. I'd be like,
He would have had to have traveled at... somebody figure out how fast he'd have to go from Cedar Rapids to Ankeny. Wolfram Alpha, go.
oh.
So Netflix lost apparently 1,800 titles from their streaming selection.
God damn it!
I know. It sucks.
They lost deals with MGM, Warner Bros., and Universal.
Terrible. What, they just weren't paying enough, or what?
I think their contracts expired, from what I could understand.
That makes me sad. I don't.
And God, what is it? So,
Do you think somebody else will try to pick up Netflix's mantle when they
Hey, Matt.
crash and burn?
155,000 miles per hour.
Well, I did it if he arrived here from Cedar Rapids in 5 seconds, he would have to go 72,000 miles an hour.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say I was going there?
I said my mind would be blown if you went off screen and then all of a sudden entered Matt's screen. I would have been like.
yeah, so they lost a bunch of titles, if anyone actually watches them. I'm not sure what they were.
I watch Netflix to death, so.
Yeah, me too.
Me 3.
I'm watching
When they run a
Jericho
list
right now.
When they run like the monthly reports for their bosses of who's using this shit way too much, I'm probably on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, here you go.
Abby and I binge watch TV. We watched every season of 24 in like a month.
The
So here
worst
we go.
is
They
that I
lost-
get.
They lost the 15 seasons of South Park.
No! What?
Yep.
That's what I've been watching!
They lost
That-
South Park?
Are
They
you
lost
serious?
South Park. I'm serious.
This is horseshit!
I was legitimately just about to explain, like, I get hung up on shit that I've already seen a million times and I don't watch anything new, and I've been fucking binging on South
And
Park.
people wonder why I get fucking pissed off that I have to pay for shit?
Why
Because
I
I
get
pay for
paid
this
off. Now he's cutting out.
I can't even legitimately pay for
His
this.
anger's blocking out the internet.
Netflix is gonna shut you down.
I'm glad I watched all 15 seasons
So
in
where do,
about
I
a couple
get, where
months.
do I watch South Park
I'm
now?
almost through season 15, so I watched it last night, so it's not gone yet.
Okay, but if they do,
gonna check right
I
now.
think it expires tomorrow.
What's my option?
Wednesday.
Oh, son of a bitch. I love like South Park is my nap time TV show.
Does anybody know where I'm supposed to watch South Park once this is shut down?
Nowhere.
You're supposed to steal it.
At your home.
Like a real
after
American.
you've-
You're supposed to pay for a cable
Yeah.
subscription, which will
Fuck
get it.
that!
No,
I think
fuck
it's been made quite clear that I ain't paying for fucking cable.
started.
I don't want all the extra shit.
Yeah.
I want my TV show right now, and I want to watch 20 of them in a night.
I want to get
Yeah.
rid of fucking Hulu, I think, because
See,
I don't ever use it.
we didn't use it
love
for a
it.
long time, but all of a sudden we
Still
were
there.
finding the stuff on Netflix, and so now we started watching Hulu. But see, the problem with Hulu is they only have the current season, so I can't go back and binge
Yeah,
watch
that's
Hulu.
what I really hate.
It
And
depends on the show, though. They have a lot
I've
of
not found
previous.
really a ton of shows that I care about that have a previous show, and it still really pisses me off that I gotta watch the commercials.
Well, you see it like on
I'm okay
Netflix.
with the commercials.
You-
They're because
well,
there's less.
You know how many shows
I
I
was, but I thought I was under a misconception. Is my problem because I was like, oh, I fucking pay for Hulu Plus now. Oh, but you still get commercials. Eat a dick.
So here's the thing, though. The reasons I pay for Hulu Plus, even though there are commercials, is the commercials are less often and they're short,
Yep.
or short-ish, and they also advertise other shows that are on Hulu, which I actually like because they advertise shows that I might be interested in. And secondly, if I pay for it, I do get the backlog, and I get next day episodes for almost everything that I watch.
Right.
Plus, it also gets you mobile device streaming, so if you're on your phone or on a tablet or something like that and it has an app, you can watch it there as well.
So is Netflix.
Yeah, but Netflix does that too. I mean,
Right, but you don't get your next day TV shows on Netflix.
no, you don't. But I'm usually not
Which is
watching
everything
it.
I
But
watch.
see, I don't watch next day TV shows because I don't want to fucking watch it every week. I want to
Right.
sit down with the whole season and just railroad through it and be done. Like
Yeah.
I can't. My attention span doesn't last that long. What the fuck happened this week? I don't remember. And then what was before that? Where it is.
God damn it!
Sounds like he's auto-tuned.
I
It
know.
does. It
Eat
sounds
it,
like he's a
motherfucker, right
rapper. He's rapping about Netflix for us.
I'm so
Okay.
pissed off.
So here's
Well,
the question. Let's say you cancel your Hulu subscription. How much are you willing to spend for Netflix?
What?
Not much more than what Matt does now.
Not much
Honestly,
more than what I'm not paying for. It's an outrage.
Well, you can actually buy. So Netflix actually has a new subscription model where you can now share your stream with 4 people or something like that.
You can do that by giving them your password.
Yeah,
No,
Rachel's right.
Simultaneous streams.
Oh.
So right now,
That
a base
you can't
account, you can get 2 simultaneous streams, but you can now pay for up to 4 or something like that. So
Well, you can simultaneously stream Netflix as long as it's not on the same type of device. So like you can pull it off like an Xbox and your computer at the same time.
Xbox, tablet, phone, computer. I've got like a million devices hooked up.
But you can't no, God forbid 2 computers.
simultaneous at the same time.
Yes.
And to answer your question, I would probably pay upwards of $30 for the service now.
No.
I would probably pay 15 at least.
At least.
Yeah,
I would say
that's
definitely
what
would
it is
be-
now.
12 to 15.
If they brought shit back, not
This
Yeah, of course.
while they're.
This is with the caveat of you better have fucking everything, you motherfucker.
Yeah. But I would assume if you had double the income, well, that wouldn't be quite double because you get a lot of cancels, but assuming you had double the contracting power, I assume a lot of stuff would come back.
Because that is my one gripe with Netflix is sometimes I feel like there's a lack of content.
$30.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my
And
biggest
that's-
gripe with Netflix. That's why I don't pay for it anymore.
My hang-up is that I don't want to get to cable. It's $30 for unlimited content. It's still a really fucking good deal. I mean,
Right.
if you
If
really
I was to
think
pay-
about
if
it.
I was to pay $30
$8 a month, it's
If I'm going to pay $30 a month for my content, I'd rather pay it towards an online streaming content where I can get it on demand when I want it instead of to a cable provider who is doing it on their own terms.
right.
Well, and you know how many shows I've watched start to finish just because they're on Netflix? A lot.
Right.
Like South Park. I hadn't hardly ever watched South Park until last winter, and all of a sudden, I sat down. I was like, I'm gonna watch it from the beginning.
And you
Guys,
can't,
so
you can't
guys,
do that with a
guys,
cable.
everybody stop. Everybody stop. Voss is watching us, but he's not participating.
What a fucking
He comes in, and Steve chats me, you can do 2 computers, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You got no input, bro!
Dave is living
Put that little
vicariously.
X in the corner and stop watching it. You're going the way of little Jerry.
Do we need to talk about Ryan's academic probation?
No, that's not cool.
That's not our business.
That's not cool. So where are we putting the server?
Apparently it's coming to my house, but Mediacom's QoS is going to be questionable, so whenever TeamSpeak drops out every hour...
Is there any unsecured wireless networks nearby that we can host it off of?
Oh,
That way it's
probably.
like your own bandwidth?
No,
I'll
it's not
check.
gonna need that much bandwidth.
I voted on a location. I said neither one works.
Unless you guys are being dicks and sharing files through TeamSpeak.
I mean, that's the
Wait,
thing is that-
Lucas is moving to Kansas City. He should host it.
Oh, I do see one open
With his
wireless.
fiber.
In what place would I host?
With your Google Fiber that you're going to have.
I'm not gonna
I
have
assume
Google
that's the only
Fiber,
reason.
man.
Just
You're
buy a house in
moving.
Omaha just so you can.
It's
put the
not far
server-
enough south.
Oh. Well, why are you moving there then? Jeez, I thought that was the whole reason we were talking about
I'm
this.
not yet.
I'd move to Kansas City just for that. Well, not now, because I have a house with a broken air conditioner.
Is it hot in there?
It's 78 degrees.
I bet it's hotter in here.
It's real nice down here.
Can I
man.
get a temperature app?
It's hotter in
phone?
here. If you know
You
what
can.
Oh, yeah,
There's-
you can totally get a temperature app on your phone.
Actually, you
Doesn't
can.
have-
They're just not
doesn't-
very accurate.
I was gonna say it doesn't have like an external
Sensor.
sensor on it anywhere.
It's hotter in here because of the gun show.
Oh God. Where do you hide the real weapons? Is there a button to get to those?
No, that's on a 3D printer.
Burn!
Let's see. How about Photoshop? Adobe is pushing Photoshop and Creative Suite to subscription only.
I saw that. I don't give a shit.
Does anyone really care?
Nope.
I know
Okay.
people who can, but not me.
Doesn't affect us.
I would be interested to see how much they're going to price it at. I mean, one of the reasons that probably a lot of people don't use it is because it's ridiculously expensive.
Something just jogged my memory. I don't want to cut in here. I don't even know where the.
I'm
find the
going to let you finish, but
suppose I saw a blurb that said the new Xbox is going to let you you'll be good. You'll be good to go even if you're not online.
Correct. I saw that too.
I don't know
Is that a
what
good thing?
features it would still have, but it would maybe be a step in the right direction for those stupid fuckheads over in Microsoft.
So what I heard is that Microsoft said that the console is going to be always on. They never said always on what, whether that means always online, always on
Or if it's
in
like your
general,
computer
or
to
always
just leave it on.
fire, or always
you talking
on
about Microsoft?
a boat.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they said your Xbox will work even when your internet doesn't.
Right. So
Right.
what they
That's
said
what
is
we're
they
talking
said
about.
that always on. They never specified what always on it will be. So I'm assuming it's going to be kind of like your computer, where it just never turns off.
Oh.
Interesting.
What if your console, like you're playing a game and you're done
Well,
playing
you
the
have to-
game,
You
and
have to
hit the
install
power
everything.
button or something. Yeah. So you hit the button and it just pauses your game and it goes into sleep.
And
You
dumps
put it back
everything,
on.
dumps the memory to disk and sleeps
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, and sleeps it, and you come back a couple hours later, it's right where you left it.
So for internal storage, are they going to put solid states in them, or are they going to put traditional disks?
I believe they've already said they're putting traditional discs in there.
Because it's cheaper.
I think so. I think
Probably.
they're dropping. I don't remember. It was
Are they
a
still
few
going to be
weeks
at like the
ago.
500 price point? You think?
I would bet. I wouldn't. I can't see them going over.
They're gonna have to. You're gonna have to have
$500.
more storage in them though. Than
I think that they're putting like a terabyte hard drive in there at least.
Really?
So, Lucas,
Yeah.
why don't you guys take this opportunity during the next console switch to everybody get a PS3 so you don't have to fucking pay for Xbox Live?
That's not up to me.
No, I think Microsoft is getting rid of Xbox Live though in the next one though too.
Good.
Well,
think
don't
because-
tell me that they're going to make you stop paying to play online.
I can't believe they'll
I
go
think
for
they
that.
might.
There's no way.
There's no.
And there's no way that they will make a good decision. I refuse to believe that.
I'm not even sure that's a good business decision. You know how much fucking money they make
Well,
off
I mean,
Xbox
people are
Live?
still paying it.
Well, but
Fuck,
here's
I
the
was
thing.
paying it.
How many are still paying it though?
I
here's
don't,
the thing,
see,
though.
that's a good
They-
point.
They can get away. They can stop that type of business model, and if they start locking games to consoles, though, they're now forcing everybody to buy their games instead of sharing their games, which is going to probably jack up their revenue as well. In
That's true.
replacement
If they
the
kill,
subscription.
yeah, they're gonna. I mean, aren't they essentially gonna kill used games on this
Yep.
one?
Well,
So-
they haven't said that officially.
No, but that's probably
They-
their end goal.
They've said that they're going to have some system that allow you to share, but you probably have to sell through Microsoft.
Isn't the
Which means
PS4 going to go
Microsoft will
more
still take a
streaming
cut.
too?
Yeah.
Although Sony's not making super great decisions. I don't think it's backwards compatible, but
No.
you can download your games for a fee. So if
Yeah.
you had a bunch of PS3 games, you're allowed to re-download them at a reduced cost.
Well, sort of. The problem is that the PS4 is going to be on an x86 architecture, and this is the biggest deal versus the old. So you technically can't play it unless you're actually emulating the old hardware, which is what the original PS3 did when they had backwards compatibility to the PS2, was that it actually had PS3 hardware and PS2 hardware
The
in one
original
box.
one did.
Yeah, the original one did.
160.
So what the PS4 would have to do, it'd have to do a similar thing where it's actually emulating the old hardware to run the
But
game.
that one would have been like the newer PS3s where it emulates they use software to emulate the hardware, but
Right. It's just
the other
not
one
as
had
good.
actual PS2 hardware in it.
Is that why one was slimmer than the other?
Yes.
They had extra hardware in there.
I'm pretty sure Jerry has one with the PS2 hardware in it.
He does. Last I knew, at least.
I caught wind of something, and I don't know, I was muted for a minute. But what I saw, there was a leaked Xbox 360 or Xbox Next that said that that used games were going to be fine. They called it Durango, which I believe
Right.
is the operating thing. Was that what we were talking about?
So I think you're right.
We hadn't covered that,
I don't
though.
think they're going to kill used games completely. I think what they're going to do is probably offer a marketplace.
Nope, sorry. I'm remembering incorrectly. The press release that got leaked said always online DRM was not going to be something that they were going to use. Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, that's what we
That
talked
one
about.
we
too.
did talk about that one.
Yeah. We decided. I don't know.
Oh my God! I used Bing the other day.
I use it every day.
Google wouldn't load. Everything else I got on Reddit. I could get to Gmail, I think, but I couldn't get on Google.
Wasn't Google down for like a while a couple days ago?
Maybe that was their time. I had to use Bing.
Dude,
I felt dirty. I
use
took a
Bing every
shower
day.
afterwards.
He was shaking on the floor.
Matt wasn't getting back to me. I was calling, freaking out. I was like, "What the fuck? Why is Google down?"
You fall asleep,
Oh.
Matt?
No.
So here's something interesting. So speaking of Google, though, the Google Hangouts apparently are going to allow, part of the new changes is they're going to start doing a remote desktop capability.
I saw that.
I was gonna say I knew it had screen share. I didn't realize.
Yeah, so you used to always be able to screen share, but now you can actually,
You can control
Dude.
people's computer.
right, so if you were having a problem, like Lucas can't get to Google for some reason.
But
Mac
how's
could
he going to
remote
do
in.
that when Google is down?
I
Yeah,
don't
you
know.
can't get to Google, Lucas. Maybe we should do a Google Hangout.
Maybe I'll Bing. I could, like I said, I think I could get to Gmail,
Here.
but I couldn't get to Google.
You could actually instead do a Skype call through the browser.
How does that work with different operating systems?
Doesn't
It would
matter.
That
Doesn't
would
matter.
be client based.
Yeah, it's
Well, I'm-
based on the browser. It's
Like-
probably it probably is only available inside Google Chrome.
Wait, so it's all, well, that's a good question. Is whether they can do hooks enough into the OS to let you. Now, oh man, I assume it's going to have some other piece of application installed for it to work.
Well, so in order to do a Google Hangout, you have to have the voice and video plugin installed on your computer. So that is already there. Are you frozen, Matt? I think Matt.
Yep. No, I like the face.
There's two Matts.
Oh my god!
Hello?
There's two Matts sitting right beside each other. And
Dude, the
One
fucking
Matt's
thing
like-
closed on me, said this hangout has ended due to an error, and it asked me to put in my password. What the fuck?
I wish I could
Awesome. There's
share.
two of them.
Can we share a screen to show Matt that there's two of him next to him?
It's Corpse Matt.
I can see the second me.
Corpse Matt. That's what you look like. Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah.
Which
wanna-
way am I?
I don't know. No, the other
The other way.
There you go.
go. I kind of want to kick this one, but I don't know if it's going to kick you as well. I'm just going to hide it. All right.
There he goes.
There, it went away.
But Anthony saved it just in time.
Nice.
Oh no! So where did I drop out?
When you were making that face.
So the voice and the voice and video plugin. The voice and
what
video
I-
plugin
What I
is
was gonna
installed
say is,
just to
I
use the
bet
Google
you're gonna
Hangout.
have to install some other piece of software
Well, that's what I was saying. The voice
Make
and
it
video
work.
plugin.
because the browser's gonna have
It's
to hook
already
into
there.
the OS somehow to be able to let them control your mouse and shit.
Right.
Unless
Well-
it's only going to be supported within the browser, which would be completely useless.
I don't think so. I'm not
So-
sure.
Because don't you have to install something special whenever you
Yeah,
want to add?
That's what I'm
webcam
saying.
for?
That's what I'm saying is if just to do a Google Hangout, you have to have the voice and video plugin.
Right, which is why I can't use like Google Hangout. At least I don't. I couldn't when I
On
tried on my
RT,
RT when I
yeah.
first got it.
Correct.
You can't install the whatever thing. I don't know if you can now.
Correct. You can't do that. So I'm wondering if they're leveraging something inside of that through
Probably that
Chrome
would be my guess.
to do it. That would be what I would imagine.
I don't see them being able to let you I don't. There's no way that the browsers they can't do it just through default browser compatibility, like
So-
the way it talks to OS. It's not gonna happen.
So if you are doing a Google Hangout though, if you have multiple people in the Hangout, can they all control the one person's computer?
I doubt that.
Probably not
That'd be good.
simultaneously.
fucking roulette.
Stop turning the mouse to the left.
You'd have like me or Blaine trying to help somebody with something, and Dave would be Mr. Anarchy, like closing things and Control W and
Alt F4.
Alt F4.
Yeah, Alt F4.
You bring up a command window to figure out the IP address, and he types format cdisk or something.
He'd release the IP and kick us all out.
Yeah. Oh, good, including himself. Still watching, Dave? Thanks, buddy.
So my boss said something the other day. My brain finally clicked. I've heard him talk about Linux several times, and never noticed that he was talking about Linux because he says it like
Does he say
line.
Linux?
He says
Linux?
Linux, and it always sounds like line X.
Space
What
X?
is-
No line.
No,
X.
What is he talking about? And then he's like, "Oh, I don't know. I don't really work with Linux systems." I was like, "Did you just say Linux systems?" Like, and it just clicked. I don't know. It kind of made me crazy a little bit.
Thanks.
Shut your cock holster.
What did I send to you the other day? That what's his name? What's the guy's name on Blood Dragon, John?
Michael Bean?
No, the character's name.
Oh, Sergeant Rex Colt. Rex Power Colt.
I sent it to Lucas. One of his lines made me laugh pretty hard.
Something about fuck
Eat
you.
monkey shit,
Yeah.
you cyber cockfucker. It's so great. The liberal amount of swearing that they do is so funny.
I think you killed him.
Dying. Eat monkey shit.
I need to play some more of this.
It's funny, like, you know, you can rip out their cyber hearts after
Yeah.
killing them.
Yep.
Like, all the little quips he says off of those are really funny. Like, he rips one out, he's like, that was heartbreaking. The stuff he yells. Or stuff, his heart just wasn't in it.
I think it's pretty great.
Yeah.
There's like a line for everything.
I think, is Dave playing Far Cry 3 first and then gonna play
Yeah.
Blood Dragon?
Yeah,
think
he
so.
doesn't own Blood Dragon as far as I know.
That's pretty good. I think I would recommend playing Far Cry 3 before Blood Dragon, really. So you're super familiar with the controls, and then
Yeah.
you can just...
It's really
influence
not that
it
hard
on
to
the
get
game.
used to it, though.
No, but, yeah, I guess.
I mean, I jumped in pretty quickly. The only problem I had is I have apparently really low frame rate when I turned everything to ultra.
I'm almost at full ultra, and I think you have a better computer than I do.
I was getting like, I don't know, originally I was only getting like 13 frames, and so everything was just really jerky.
Maybe I have particle effects and stuff a little lower.
Have you fought a Blood Dragon, Blaine?
I lured them. I got through the first capture the base. So
But
I
you
only
haven't tried
lured
to
them.
fight one
I
yet?
haven't fought one, no.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
My favorite part is that you lure him into base, and you're like, alright, there's that dude, look at that stupid asshole, I'm gonna fight this Blood Dragon. You're like, alright, dude, let's watch this. And then the Blood Dragon looks at him, and he's gone. Like, the guy's just fucking gone.
Yeah, I like the pile of blue goo. That's all that's left. Like, it's literally like eye laser gone and blue
Dude,
squirt.
gone.
Pretty much. They ended up killing my blood dragon that I let in, though.
Oh,
Wow,
really?
that's impressive. I never
Yeah.
get them down less than half health.
Those dudes had freaking huge balls if they did. I've never seen anybody kill one but me.
I didn't go into the base, though, to start with either. I just let him go in, and he just started taking things out, but he eventually got killed. I had, like, 2 guys to take care of at the end.
What difficulty are you playing on?
Just normal.
I'm playing on normal, and it seems really easy compared to Far Cry 3, at least in terms of stealth.
Yeah, I thought Far Cry 3 was super difficult for me on normal difficulty.
Yeah,
Like, as far
I
as-
think that's what I played it on.
as soon as if I alerted somebody, I'm like, oh shit, better get Q button ready. I'm gonna have to start healing like a son of a bitch now.
Yeah, I feel like I can walk at a diagonal towards people, like just off their dead-on vision, and they don't see me at all.
Oh, I thought you were talking about getting the takedown.
Oh.
Yeah, well, the takedown's pretty easy, but like if I'm like, I can like pretty much like go straight at a guy, just off to an angle a little bit, and they won't see me.
I love how super easy it is. Like you can be on flat ground and jump and do a falling takedown on the guy.
Yeah.
Like it's so awesome.
Is there double takedowns, like the double death from above?
Oh yeah.
Is that unlockable? Because it seems like I did one once, but it didn't queue
I think.
on
Well,
others.
they have to be within a certain distance of each other. They have to be like right on each other's neck for it to work. Yeah, there's double take. There's all the takedowns that are in the Far Cry 3. I think.
I want to get the grenade one because that one in Far Cry 3 that was one of my favorites, other than the knife throw.
I never used the grenade one.
Oh, sometimes it's fun. I mean, obviously it's a loud version, but it's fun to like throw rocks until they all kind of gather together, and then grab one guy, kick him in front of them, and blow the whole group.
Your rock in this game, the D20.
Yeah.
At the beginning when she's like, "Throw your dice, nerd." Sorry, we're ruining the game for you, Dave. It's okay. It'll be funny when you play it.
It's only we've only talked about the first part, so
we really haven't talked about the funniest stuff. I don't think.
Have you got the pull the pistol out and shoot?
You know what? I never used that perk once because
I could never use it at all. I could never figure out how to use it correctly.
I thought I was using the wrong button. Do you push like mouse 1 or mouse 2 whenever
mouse 2, right mouse button, supposedly.
Oh, well, no wonder I could never get it to work.
Yeah, I could never get it to work either. I never used it.
Oh, because mouse 1 is the knife throw.
Knife throw, yeah.
So,
but you have such a short period of time to actually pull it out and gun people down. But maybe you should hit back to start the drag and then pull out.
When you pull it out to gun people down, do you aim or does he just basically go on a rampage?
You point, it'll automatically point for you, but you have to pull the trigger on each one. So it auto aims for you, but you have to pull the trigger.
It's almost like, did you ever play Splinter Cell Conviction where you could set up the targets and then it would? I liked that game a lot, actually.
It was fun. It just wasn't very Splinter Cell-y. There was like no stealth at all.
I thought the story was pretty good. I liked it. But
yeah, the story was fine. It just wasn't very.
My favorite part was getting it set up so you could basically do the little red triangle on top of everybody in the room, and then everybody's dead.
Yeah, well, I didn't really understand. Like certain pistols give you different levels of execute. Like one gun only has like 2, but you get the 5.7 and it's 5. And I'm just like, stealth kill one guy, shoot everybody else in the room.
It was great. I thoroughly enjoyed that game.
Schmatt, did you see that GTA 5 is going to have 3.5 times the landmass of Red Dead Redemption?
Holy shit.
That's a double-edged sword, though. I didn't like
Red Dead Redemption was big.
I didn't like San Andreas for the point that it was too big.
Yeah.
I think GTA has really gone downhill since Vice City.
Who am I loaning my Xbox to play Red Dead Redemption? Somebody said they wanted it.
That could have been me, but I have a friend in town now that has one.
I really wanted to play it, but
you should play it. It's awesome.
I think I was going to use my brother's, but I think his optical drive broke.
No. Well, you should borrow one from you.
He should borrow one from me, and then have it stolen. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for the podcast tonight.
Good. It's so hot, I can barely talk.
It's really hot. So that was this is number 14 on May 7th, and we will be back next week. John's typing really loud.